Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Eerie Gaming Extra, and I'm your host, the Goose One Channel. In January of 2019, indie game developers YIIK Studios released their second title, YIIK, a postmodern RPG. While universally panned at the time, the game has garnered somewhat of a cult following, and with the upcoming release of the huge overhaul update YIIK 4, I figured that there was no better time to discuss one of the better things I think the game does. And with one of the better things, I of course mean one of the creepier things. Because that's what this show is about, yeah. One thing that I generally really appreciate about the game is how well it portrays the eeriness of the things Alex and co are going through. The existentialism and indescribability of the situations are fully integrated into the atmosphere and presentation of pretty much every cutscene and moment in the game. And that becomes obvious right from the game's own intro. So, as soon as our protagonist Alex Eggleston comes home from college back to his hometown of Frankton, he pretty obviously heads right back to his home. Expecting his mom to be at home, Alex instead finds a note on the living room table instructing him to go get groceries. Lamenting the prospect of having to do any work at all, Alex manages to drag himself out of the house and begins heading for the grocery store. Yet on his way there, he gets distracted by Dolly, a cat with a Salvador-esque mustache on his face. When Dolly steals his grocery list, Alex is forced to pursue and eventually ends up in front of the factory hotel. And this is where the eeriness truly begins. Walking into the factory's front courtyard, we are immediately slapped with the eerie, uncanny energy that the rest of the game revels in. Less of a gradual introduction, this moment, and more broadly, this entire introduction, is a slap in the face of the more low-key tone one might have expected from the game's very beginning. Multiple robed figures are strewn around the place, basking in the sudden purple light that has engulfed the game. In this sudden instant, the game has gone from the real to the surreal. Carefully, though with a few unnerving interruptions, we make our way into the factory hotel. And the unnatural purple lighting is traded in for the dark, unnerving atmosphere of a rattling elevator in an abandoned building. This is something that we'll see return in this introduction sequence a few times, and I'm gonna take some time to analyze so we can see exactly how it evolves from here. The atmosphere that's brewed within this elevator is immaculate. The flickering ceiling lights, the low rumbling produced by the moving elevator itself, as Alex himself says,
I saw it as the elevator began to shake, vibrating with motion.
okay, I guess I can understand why people don't necessarily like this game that much. As we descend into the factory's basement, we descend one step further into abnormality. While in the abstraction of the hero's journey, this would be our entrance into the special world, or at least our first glimpse of it, Alex as a character bucks this journey in a way that I won't delve into in this video. And that glimpse of the special world really hits us in the face once we acquire Panda and open the large door with two eyes. While the sprawling vista now revealed to us is strange, for the remainder of the following puzzle we are more so drowned in a sense of abnormality than straight out creepiness. Even the incomprehensibility of the proto-woman's speech, which clearly freaks Alex himself out, is hard for us to really understand and experience in the same way. Riding down another elevator, we come to a floating platform in the middle of some kind of void, and on the edge of the small landmass, a girl sits waiting for us. This is Semi-Pack. Her long, straight hair is reminiscent of the classic horror girl of movies like The Ring, yet her demeanor is almost the strangest thing about her. Semi's words portray the fact that she is disconnected from regular life in a very real way. She has truly lived within this factory hotel for most of her whole life, on her own, well, with the exception of her cat Dolly and an unknown roommate. She's an isolated presence, and while Alex isn't entirely freaked out, it's only a matter of time before the unreality of the situation truly hits. So we move forward, complete a puzzle with the help of Dolly, vanquish Semi's roommate, who we fight in a place reminiscent of the Shining's hotel, and board a final elevator ready to leave this strange, strange hotel. In the middle of this elevator, while Alex and Semi seem to be bonding somewhat finally, some type of otherworldly presence, well, just look at it.
Alex, don't let them take me!
This is a horrifying moment, an incredibly rude awakening. This moment is the Allenson twins perfecting the atmosphere they've been building up before and up to this point. Oddity and unreality turns into outright terror, and the indescribable feeling that has been plaguing Alex since he entered the hotel is transferred right onto us. And again, if there's one thing that YIIK does right consistently, it is this sense of indescribable dread, indescribable fear. I understand complaints that Alex's monologues can lessen the impact of these moments, but at the very least, this introduction nails the atmosphere it's going for so well that it has to go down in Eerie gaming history. And with that, this episode of Eerie Gaming comes to an end. If you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comments. If you like the video, please consider subscribing, check out my Patreon, all that bullshit, and I'll see you all in the next video.